Bernie Sanders recently touted the idea of population control to curb climate change all across the world. Do you think that that's a good idea?
I guess.
What makes you think it's a good idea?
Well, we have to stop, with the destruction of the environment because the polar caps are melting and the heat, the temperature rises each year. So we have to control it somehow.
School is back in session for fall 2019, and the first stop on our campus tour is Youngstown State University in Ohio. We came to this campus to ask students what they think about Bernie Sanders' proposal to curb climate change with population control. Let's see if they would support that. There's a bunch of very manly men hiding behind a rock right now, stalking me. We currently have an entourage of people who are begging for my attention. They can't resist my charm, my charm. They can't resist my charm, my charm. You'd be perfect to have on camera. You're so pretty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
So, Bernie Sanders recently said that in order to curb climate change and the disastrous effects it's having on the world, we should implement population control. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's one option for sure, definitely. In my personal opinion, I believe we should probably put some other measures in to help first, but that's definitely an option.
Okay. What does population control in order to curb climate change look like to you?
Oh, probably something along the lines of, having less children, families having less children, something like that.
Do you think the government should mandate that so we can save the earth?
That has some consequences, like, for instance, they've done that in, China. They're thinking about doing that in India, so it has some, I can't think of the word right now, but some implications of, it has, bad connotations in our society, but, it is a possibility if nothing else works.
Okay. So it would be worth trying if nothing else would work?
Probably, yes.
Oh, it's you. It's you. Okay. Well, will you film this?
I would no longer wish you to have my image on your YouTube video. Thank you. Could you please not put my face on your YouTube video?
No, seriously, what's wrong? Are you okay?
I know who you are.
Okay. What's that have to do with anything?
I don't agree with you.
You can check out Liberty Hangout where we're going to put it right there. You're going to be on the thumbnail. Bernie Sanders recently touted the idea of America funding overpopulation control worldwide. So America would pay for population control all around the world because of climate change. We have to save the world, we have to save the climate, and humans are ruining it. What do you think about that, funding population control?
I honestly don't really care about it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't care about population control?
Not really.
Bernie Sanders said that he would support curbing climate change with population control. Would you support that?
I don't know.
What comes to mind when you hear the word population control?
Just life and death,
More on the death side, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Does that bother you?
a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Does it worry you that a presidential candidate, the man who wants to be our president, said that we should be worldwide funding population control? No?
Yeah.
Okay. What seems like the ideal way to implement a way for there to be less humans on this earth?
I don't know if that'll work.
Did it work for Germany and their population control?
I don't know for sure.
Well, a lot of people died in Germany. I think it worked, right?
I guess.
Does it scare you that Bernie wants to be president and he thinks that's the route we should go?
Not too much. Really depends on how like polls turn out or something.
Okay. He's not happy with your answer. He's really upset. Hey, why'd you answer like that? What does that sound like? Population control.
I'm assuming when people say population control that they just mean, don't have 17 kids. Like, a couple should have like 2 kids to have no actual like growth there. I'm assuming he's not saying, hey, let's just go murder a bunch of people, because that's illegal.
He supports Planned Parenthood. Isn't that what they're doing?
I don't know.
You've never heard of Planned Parenthood?
How?
Because I'm a shut-in, thank you very much.
Do you think that America should be funding population control for the world?
I don't know.
It's an odd question, isn't it?
It is. Is that a good thing? Like, I don't know.
What do you think of when you hear the word population control?
I don't know, like controlling, like, I guess how many people there are in the world.
How would you control how many people there are in the world?
By getting rid of them.
As the president of the College Dems here at YSU, what do you think about that?
So, population control, as in things such as giving contraception to people, as preventing unwanted pregnancies in that manner, is a good thing.
Right.
Now, killing people, that is not a good thing.
You think what China did was good for China?
I think it was at the time. They couldn't support their people. So, I mean, if we couldn't support the people that were living in the U.S. currently, I would be for it, just because it seems like something that would be necessary. But I don't think
So what happened to the children? What happened in the situations where they already had 2 children and then the woman got pregnant again?
they were always for the male child. They would have to usually abort. It was against the law currently, so they would have to abort, I'm pretty sure. So,
Is that okay if it's government mandated? Would you support that?
I would believe in my government that if it was necessary that to be needed to mandate that, then I would be for it.
So if the government mandated that it was necessary to force a woman to terminate a pregnancy because we're having problems with climate in our country, you would be okay with it?
Yeah, I think so, if it was necessary.
We should talk about it.
Okay. So talk about population control.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
'cause-
type of population control would you bring to the table?
I wouldn't. I just want to hear what they want to talk about.
Okay.
I'm thinking that people shying away from tough conversations and questions is not the way you actually figure something out.
Would you support something like that?
Yeah, but not necessarily. I feel like they're trying to diminish our population, but not in a good way. So, yeah, but no, kind of. If he presented in a way that's understandable and logical, then yeah, but if not necessarily, no.
Well, let me tell you the way that he presented it. He said that he would support it in terms of funding abortions for other countries. And America would fund abortions for other countries. So maybe third world countries and women that don't want 7 kids don't have to have
Right.
them. Is that kind of on the line of what you were thinking is okay?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's up to the person if they want to, but I feel like it shouldn't be forced either.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, I would support it.
So Bernie Sanders recently touted the idea of population control to curb climate
Bernie.
change. What?
I hate Bernie. Not a Bernie Sanders fan.
I guess I assumed because only cool people vape and like Bernie Sanders.
I'm pretty conservative.
Okay. Population control.
Sure.
Do you support that?
No.
Why not?
That's a terrible question. I'm done. I'm not doing this. I don't need a picture. I don't need an interview.
I just think it's really not a smart idea when you talk about the families being the whole entire center of what makes our country great. We need families to be strong. We need parents to be there for their children. I think it's just a really stupid idea that shouldn't be given any attention.
You don't like Bernie Sanders?
Yeah.
What? There's so many Are you conservative?
Yeah.
There's so many on this campus. Did you know that?
No, I was surprised by that.
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
I don't understand how climate change
is a part of this at all.
Like I said,
Socialism.
Population control. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's a really bad idea.
Why?
Well, I don't know specifically when, but I know in China they did something like that where they limited each family to having two children.
But does it make you scared that a presidential candidate would tout something like that for America to pay for overpopulation control?
I think, like, the fact that America would be paying for it is less the worry, as in it's actually an option.
I think generally speaking, population control isn't a particularly good idea. However, I do think climate change is a serious issue to some degree. I mean, we all want clean water, clean air, etc. It's good to keep the environment good. But I don't think population control can really be implemented in any way that would actually do what it's accomplishing. And I think there are other ways that you can better deal with climate change than dealing with population control. I mean, you shouldn't control whether or not people should be having kids or anything like that.
Are you pro-life?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
That's where the humanity comes from. Is she's pro-life and she understands that curbing population means ending human lives. So that's why it's wrong. Infowarsstore.com. Ooh, bodies, chill force, brain force, turbo force. Gotta have it. Infowarsstore.com. If you guys liked this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell. If you want to support me so I can keep making videos just like this, visit Infowarsstore.com where you can get great products like Brain Force, which gives me all the mental clarity I need to make these videos. Or take Turbo Force, which provides me with enough energy to make it through a long day of interviewing liberals. Not only are these products going to enhance your life, but they make sure I can continue bringing you all the content you love. Make sure you also join my Patreon at patreon.com/CaitlinBennett so I can hire security for when I attend rallies and do street interviews. If you sign up, not only will you be able to keep me safe from all these nasty Democrats, but you can receive cool perks such as shoutouts, autographed photos, and even have your name in the description of every single YouTube video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.